Hello friends, I am Lakshmikant. Hope you all are fine, my dear. Dear, in this part here I'm going to start phylum Annelida, my dear. Previous part I was told you about the phylum Aschelminthus. Now in this very part I'm going to start phylum Annelida, my dear. Correct? So now, before we have to be start, hope so each and everything is perfect in previous lecture. If yes, then you also give me answer in comment also, my dear. Let's see. Here we start the phylum. Which one phylum? The phylum. What I'm here saying? Annelida. What I'm saying here? Annelida. Correct. So here I'm going to start phylum. Which one? Annelida, my dear. So see here. In this very phylum, we have to be just get a clear concept here that what we should have to be know here, and then after what the sequence we have to be clear here. So in the same sequence that whatever I taught in the previous lecture, in the same sequence here I would like to give you that about the phylum Annelida, my dear. See what the phylum Annelida is here. Let's see in the same way. The first thing is that is what general characteristics. What I'm saying? General characteristics. Correct? General characteristics. Now see. So here I'm going to tell you about all the things in details in a point wise. Okay. So you just have to be listen first. Then after you get that what the things I'm going to tell you. Okay. So listen first. Number one, what the general characteristics, my dear, in the same way that is what habit and habitat, whatever I was told in previous lecture also, in previous phylum also, in the same sequence here we also follow. Okay. So let's see. In the phylum Annelida, we all know that their habit and habitat is what? That see, they may be what I'm saying here, they may be, aquatic. You know the aquatic? The organisms which live in water. That is called what? Aquatic. It means that they are mostly found in what? Marine and what? Marine and what? Wait a moment. Marine and fresh water. Clear? If I'm saying that the aquatic, it means that they found in both marine as well as what? In fresh water, my dear. Correct? Or you say terrestrial. Terrestrial, you know? Terrestrial, it means what? The organisms which live on land. That is called what? Terrestrial, my dear. So they may be aquatic. Aquatic, it means it found in both marine as well as what? In fresh water. Or you say the word terrestrial, my dear. Right? Now, here, some are free living. You know the free living? You know the meaning of dear free living? It means that they are not found in a colonies. They exist where? Free. And sometimes, and sometimes and sometimes what, my dear? Parasitic. You know the meaning of parasitic? I was told in previous lecture also. Parasitic. And which one parasitic? That is what? Ectoparasite. What I'm saying? Ectoparasite. And you know that the parasite, the organisms which live on another living organisms to derive the nourishment, to derive the what? Nourishment from the host body cells. And parasites of two types. One is ectoparasites, second one is endoparasites. If the organisms derive nutrition from inner host body cell, known as what? Endoparasites. But if the organisms derive the nutrition from the outer surface of the body, then it is known as what? Ectoparasite, my dear. Clear? So see, general characteristics that you first have to be keep in mind that what the general characteristics mostly given in your NCRT. Yes or no? So firstly, the NCRT describe you about the general characteristics of habitat. Correct? So mostly we have to be start from where? Habitat. Okay. Now the time is here to be know about another general characteristics, that is what? So level of organization. If anybody can ask you about the level of organization, you all know that this one is also the what? Organ system level of organization, my dear. So see, they exhibit, they exhibit which one level of organization, my dear? Tell me which one or level of organization? Level of organization here, they exhibit organ system level of organization. What I'm saying? Organ system level of what? Level of organization, my dear. They exhibit what? Organ system level of organization. This one is the second thing. And what about the symmetry, my dear? They have which one the symmetry? They have bilateral symmetrical. They have what one? Bilateral symmetrical. Bilateral symmetrical means what, my dear? The same thing. Bilateral symmetrical. Bilateral symmetrical, it means that when we cut the body, then it divide into two equal halves. Correct? That is the symmetry. A symmetry of three types. One is what? Radial symmetrical. Second one is bilateral symmetrical. Third one is what? Asymmetrical. So if we cut the body from the center, then it divide into two equal halves, right halves and what? Left halves. That is in two equal parts, known as what? Bilateral symmetrical, my dear. Now, next thing that what we have to be know here about the coelom. What about the what? Coelom. So see, they are germ layer, they have triploblastic. What they have? They have what? Triploblastic, or you say what? They are triploblastic. See what I'm writing here? Triploblastic. These all thing I was told in part one, my dear, general characteristics. So you must have to be go through that very video. Then you have to be get a clear concept about the triploblastic. And triploblastic, you all know that the organisms which has three germ layer. Yes, three germ layer: outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, and inner layer, that is called what? Endoderm, my dear. So they are which one? They are triploblastic, as well as metamerically segmented. Here, metamerically. What I'm saying here, dear? Metamerically segmented. It means here the body is in the what? Segment formation. Segmented, my dear. And I'm saying what? Coelomate. And what? Coelomate. Yes, coelomate animals. And if I'm saying here that the coelomate animals, so which one is the coelomate? Schizocoelom. There's two type of coelomate. One is enterocoelomate. Second one is what? Schizocoelomate. So here the coelomate is which one? Schizocoelomate, my dear. Correct? Which one? Schizocoelomate. Hope so thing is clear. So let's see once again about the general characteristics of phylum Annelida. Number one, they may be aquatic. If I'm saying the aquatic, it means what? They find in both marine as well as what? Freshwater, my dear. Some are also found on the land, so that's why I'm saying what? Terrestrial, but mostly they are what? Free living. Sometimes they were parasitic. In which one parasitic? That is ectoparasite. Number one. Second thing, organ system level of organization. This one is the level of organization. And remember all the things that what I am told you in previous lecture. Phylum Porifera only is what? Cellular level of organization, right? And Colintheta ctenophora, that is what? Yes, tell me. Tissue level of organization, correct? And organ level of organization, that is what? Platyhelminthes. And after that, Aschelminthus up to Chordata, that is organ system level of organization, my dear. See the second point, what I'm written here, phylum Annelida. So from Aschelminthus, in previous lecture I was told about the Aschelminthus. So Aschelminthus up to what? Chordata, they all belongs to what? Yes, my dear, they all belongs to organ system level of organization, my dear. Correct? So they may be what? Triplobla. Huh. This one is clear. Bilateral symmetrical is also clear. Triploblastic. Triploblastic means what? They have three germs layer. Metamerically segmented. Metamerically segmented, it means what? They have the body divided into many segments, right? And they have coelomates animal because they have the whole body cavity. And in coelomate, there are two types of the coelomate, my dear. One is the schizocoelomate and other one is what? Enterocoelomate. Okay, see here the schizocoelomate. Now the next thing that is very important to know here is, dear my what? The body surface is distinctly marked. What I'm writing here, see there. Wait a moment. Yes, wait a moment. Their body. What I'm saying here? Their body. What I'm saying here, dear? Their body surface. What I'm saying here? Their body surface. their body surface is what? Distinctly. What I'm saying here? Distinctly. Distinctly marked what? Marked out into segment. Marked out into what, my dear? Into segments. So if I'm saying here that the body is marked into segments, my dear, see this one. This one is the thing. Here the body marked into what segment? See. So this one is the segment. Here this one segment first, this one segment, this one segment. Yes or no? So if I'm saying here that body is divided into distinctly what segment. So see how I'm going to divide the organisms that having marked into different segments. Wait for a moment. I will tell you this all things in details, my dear. Okay, so nothing to be bothered here. Just listen carefully that what I am saying here, and you connect my this lecture to previous lecture. Yes or no? So without viewing my previous lecture, you not connect this one thing. Getting what I'm saying or not? So this one is the basic thing, that whatever you have to be connect this one, you have to be connect with my previous video. Getting? So their body surfaces were distinctly marked into segments. I was told about in segmentation and notochord also in previous lecture. That is in part 2, my dear. Yes, whatever the general characteristics and the physiology, I was told in that very things. So you go through that very video, and then after you have to be connect this one thing. Correct? Yes. So this body surface is what distinctly marked out into what? Segments, my dear. So if I'm saying here that the body is distinctly marked into what? The segments, or you say the what? Metamers, or you say the what, my dear? Metamers. Metamers, my dear. Correct? So here metamers. And hence phylum known as what? Annelida. What? Annelida. Hence this phylum is what I'm saying here, Annelida. And you all know that, my dear, Annelida. Wait for a moment. Annelida. Okay. Yes. Annelida. So see here, the Annelida derived from, here Annelida derived from Latin words, my dear, annulus. What I'm saying here, Latin word is what? Latin word, that is annulus. Annulus. It means what? What the meaning of annulus? It means what? Little ring-like structure. Little what? See what I'm saying? Little ring-like structure. See on this diagram. Here I'm making the little ring-like structure now. And this little ring-like structure is marked into what segment? So that's why the body is, or you say the body surface is what? Distinctly marked into the segments, or you say the metamers. And this very phenomenon is known as what? Metamerism. Yes. So this phylum belongs to annelids. Why I'm saying this one? Because it derived from Latin word annulus, which means what? Little ring-like structure. Hope so correct. Okay. Now after that, what I am going to tell you. Let's see. After that, I'm going to say you about the next point. Next point, hope so, that is 6 point. Yes, the sixth one point. Here, the 6 point, they poses what I'm saying. They poses what? Longitudinal. What I'm saying? Longitudinal. And what I am saying, dear, circular, longitudinal, and what? Circular muscles, my dear. And this longitudinal circular muscles, which help what? Which help in, for what purpose? Locomotion. What I'm saying? Locomotion. See how the structure this one. See here, I'm making a diagram. Here I'm making the diagram here. Okay. This one is the annulus. Annelida. See, this one is the phylum what? Annelida. Correct. And here all they have what? Circular muscles. See, this one is the what here? This one, this one, this one, and this one. Clear? And in between there is the what? Let's see. In between this one is the what? Here the fine fine blood vessels is here. Okay. Yes. So this one, they poses a longitudinal. Here the body is which one? Here the body is what? Longitudinal. What the body is here? Yes. Longitudinal body, which is responsible for what? Locomotion, for contraction and then after expansion. Contraction and expansion. This muscle help in what? This muscles help in what? Longitudinal muscles help in what, my dear? Help in locomotion. What I'm saying? Help in what? Locomotion. Locomotion, you know, the difference is here locomotion movement, my dear. Locomotion means what? When a body move from one place to the another place, then it is called locomotion. But if I'm saying I am moving our body in this way, moving our head in this way, this one is called movement, not locomotion. But if we move from one place to the another place, then it is called locomotion. So there is difference between movement and locomotion, my dear. Yes, this one is the thing that is very important to know here. Now, what the seventh point? What the seventh point, my dear? Let's see. In seventh point here, aquatic annelids, because they also found in water, na? Aquatic annelids, like which one? Like which one? Nereis. Might be here the name of Nereis. Yes, sir. Nereis poses what? Lateral appendage. What I'm saying? Lateral appendage. Appendage means what? Small fit. Lateral appendage. Lateral appendage. And this lateral appendage known as what? Parapodia. What I'm saying, dear? Parapodia, which help in what I'm saying? Which help in what? Swimming. Which help in what, my dear? Swimming. And what I'm saying? Respiration. Swimming and what? Respiration. Getting what I'm saying? Yes. See again what I'm saying to you. Aquatic annelids like Nereis poses lateral appendage. And this lateral appendage also contain what? Parapodia. See, I'm making the diagram of this one thing, then the thing is to be clear. Nereis, you might be seen in this way. You might be seen this, which is mostly found where? The water logging, जहाँ पे पानी जम जाता है ना, इस तरह के ये ऑर्गेनिजम्स आप देखे होंगे, नहीं देखे हैं? मैं बनाता हूँ पूरा तो फिर आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. ये देखो, ये देखो, ये देखो, आपने ऐसा देखा है? डेफिनेटली देखा है, डेफिनेटली देखा. ऐसे ऑर्गेनिजम्स याद करके देखो. इसके बॉडी में भी क्या है? सेगमेंटेशन है. एक सेकेंड, गिव अ मोमेंट, एक सेकेंड. ये वाला स्ट्रक्चर अब याद आया? ऐसा प्राणी देखे, इसको क्या बोलते हैं हम लोग? नेरिस बोलते हैं. क्या बोलते हैं? दिस वन इज व्हाट? नेरिस. इसके छोटे छोटे क्या है? अपेंडिक्स है, पैर है, जो क्या कर रहे हैं? स्विमिंग करने में और साथ में क्या करने में? रिस्पायरेशन करने में इसका हेल्प करते हैं. करेक्ट. सो नाउ चेक other things. What the other things is, my dear? That is what? That is closed circulatory system. Here it is what? A closed circulatory system. So if I'm saying here what? Closed circulatory system, it means that what? You know, the blood passes through blood vessels. I was told in previous lecture also, my dear, in a general physiology. Yes, that is in part 2, my dear. Closed circulatory system. You know that the blood flow in two way. One is what? Open circulatory system. Second one is what? Closed circulatory system. So if I'm saying that the blood passes through what? Blood vessels, then it is known as what? Closed circulatory system. But if I'm saying that the blood directly path into their body streams, then it is known as what? Yes, open circulatory system. And I was given you some tricks that how you learn, how you remember that the organisms that having what open circulatory system and which one have the what closed circulatory system might be forget now. You might be forget now. Just see, I was told in previous lecture, my dear, that is what anthe. Anthe. Hope so. This one is the thing that you must have to remember. A for what? Annelida. Check. A for what? Annelida. Annelida. N for non-cephalopod mollusca. Non-cephalo. Non-cephalopod mollusca. Non-cephalo, non-cephalo. Cephalo means head, pod means feet. It means that the organisms which has not fit overhead. Non-cephalopod mollusca. T for what? Tunicata. Tunicata. S for what? Hemichordata. Hemichordata. Yes, my dear. And E for what? Echino. What I'm saying? What I'm saying here, Annelida, no? Annelida, that is the closed circulatory system. Wait for a moment. A for Annelida is not. Arthropoda is my dear here. Sorry. Here for what? Arthropoda. What I'm saying here, not Annelida, because Annelida has what closed circulatory system. Sorry for that. Here what I'm saying, arthropoda. Wait for a moment. Arthropoda. Yes, non-cephalopod mollusca, tunicata, hemichordata, and E for what? Echinodermata. Echinodermata, my dear. Correct? Correct? So these all having what? Open circulatory system. While all, whatever, they all possess what? Closed circulatory system. Here, Annelida is what? Closed circulatory system. A for arthropoda. Sorry, not Annelida. Sorry for that. Here the arthropoda. Right? Clear? So what I'm saying here? So Annelida is which one? Circulatory system. Closed circulatory system. It means what? The blood passes through blood vessels, my dear. Okay? So now see. A closed circulatory system is what? Present. What I'm saying? A closed circulatory system is present. This one is the 8 point. Now, second thing. Nephridia might be here the name what? Nephridia. And nephridia is what? Plural. Singular is nephridium. Singular is what? Nephridium. What I'm saying? Nephridium, which help in what, my dear? Osmoregulation. What I'm saying? Which help in osmoregulation. And this osmoregulation as well as responsible for what, my dear? Excretion also. What I'm saying? Excretion. Osmoregulation, it means what? To maintain their body temperature. See what I'm saying? If I'm saying that the osmoregulation, it means what? To maintain their body temperature. So the body temperature is maintained by the nephridia, singular nephridium. In which one? Phylum Annelida, my dear. Okay, now I'm going to move ahead. Next thing, that is what? Point number 9. What the point number 9 here? I'm going to tell you here the neural system, that is nervous system. That is what? Neural system, my dear. That is the nervous system. So here the neural system consists of what? Paired. And that paired is known as what, my dear? That is ganglia. What I'm saying? Ganglia, my dear. So neural system consists of what? Paired like a structure known as what? Ganglia. And this one ganglia word is plural. If I'm saying here what? Singular, ganglion. What I'm saying? Ganglion, my dear. What I'm saying? Ganglion. So ganglion is what? Singular, which is connected by lateral nerves. Connected by what? Connected by lateral nerves. Lateral nerves. See again what I'm saying. Here the neural system, that is system which help in what? Senses. Senses, it means what? To recognize. Recognize means what? To how to change their body's shapes or structures according to the changing environment. But how? This one is the question. This can only be responsible for which one? Pair of ganglia. This pair of ganglia which is connected through which one? Lateral nerves. And that very lateral nerves is responsible for changes, to adapt their changes or respond according to the change in environment, that you see what, my dear, the stimulus, or you say the stimuli. Correct? So lateral nerve is here. Lateral nerve is here, my dear. And lateral nerve is which one? To a double ventral nerve cord. To a double ventral, to a double ventral nerve cord. What I'm saying? Double ventral nerve cord. See. So if I'm saying about the what neural system is here, it means what? The neural system consists of what? Pair of ganglia. And this pair of ganglia connected by a lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord. Double ventral nerve cord, because they are not choroids. But whenever I am talking about the choroids, then it means what? They have dorsal hollow nerve cord, my dear. Correct? And single also. Single also. Single dorsal hollow nerve cord in chordates, while in non-chordates they have ventral, they have double ventral solid nerve cord. Correct? Correct? Also remember this one thing, because I was told in previous lecture also. Now see what the things in next thing, that is what 10th number point. What the 10th is here. Nereis, you all know that Nereis, what I'm saying here, Nereis is what? An aquatic form. Nereis and what? Aquatic form, my dear, aquatic form. And this is what? This is what is the dioecious. See, if I'm saying here the dioecious, it means what? They have only one sex cells. Yes, that is either male or the female. So Nereis is an aquatic form and it is what? Dioecious. But here the some exception is here, is my dear, that is earthworm. Earthworm is what? Monoecious. Earthworm, and one example is also earthworm and leech. What I'm saying? Earthworm and leech are what? Are what? Monoecious. What I'm saying? Monoecious. Getting? So if I'm saying here the word earthworm and leeches are what? Monoecious, while the Nereis is what? Dioecious, my dear. Correct? Hope so thing is clear. 10th point is clear. Okay, my dear. Now, what the 11th point is here? Let's see. In 11th here, if anybody can ask you about the reproduction, then what you say about the reproduction? Here the reproduction is sexual. Here the reproduction is what? Reproduction is what, my dear? Reproduction is sexual. Yes. Let's see one by one. That's what I'm saying to you here about the Annelida. Starting. Yes. Here I'm giving you what all the things about the general characteristics. Wait for a moment. General characteristics and physiology. In physiology, in point wise. Okay, in point wise. Here I am giving you all the things in what? In a point wise. See about the general characteristics and what? Physiology, my dear. See that whatever I'm saying here, I'm saying about the phylum Annelida. Okay, and this phylum Annelida derived from Latin word, my dear, that is annulus. And this annulus means what? Little ring shape like structure. See here, this one is the little ring. This one is what? Little ring like structure. No? Number two, what are their general characteristics and physiology? We have to be conclude here in a point-wise manner. Okay, so they may be first what? Aquatic, marine, as well as freshwater. Right? Now they are also found in terrestrial, free-living, and sometimes they are what parasitic. If I'm saying that a parasitic, it means what? They live in another living organisms. So another living organisms to derive the nourishment. Yes. So parasitic, how many types? Two types. One is what? Ectoparasite. Second one is what? Endoparasite. So if I'm saying about the ectoparasite, it means what? Ectoparasite means what? The organism. Suppose this one is the organism and sit over on my body. See. And after sitting on my body, they suck the blood. So this one is what? Parasite. So if this one is the microorganisms, or you say the organisms, when goes invade within the body and derive the nourishment, then it's called what? Endoparasite. What I'm saying? Endoparasite. Correct? Correct? Clear? Now, next thing is that is what? They exit organ system level of organism. If I'm saying about the organ system level of organism, it means what? Yes, they have development of some organs within the body. But only one of the phylum, that is phylum Porifera, that only have what? Cellular level of organization, my dear. But after that, after the phylum Porifera, that is Colentata and Ctenophora, they have only what? A tissue level of organization. After that, the Platyhelminthes. Listen carefully. Yes, listen carefully. After that, the Platyhelminthes only have what? Organ system level of organization. And after that, Helminthus up to Chordata. That is what? What? Which one? Tell me first. You tell me first. Yes, correct. That is what? Organ system level of organization. Definitely. So see here in phylum Annelida, what I'm written here? I'm written here the exit organ system level of organization. Check here. Check here. And after that, you go through NCRT. Yes, what I'm saying? You also go through NCRT, my dear. NCRT. Yes. And then you have to be a confidence over himself that yes, whatever I teach you, whatever the sir tell you, yes, that the thing is written in your book. Yes or no? Then after they what the symmetries here? They have bilateral symmetrical, triploblastic, metamerically segmented. Their bodies were divided into many segments. And what they bought the coelom? Yes, they have coelom, true body cavity, coelomate animals. Yes, and coelomate is also two types, schizocoelomate or introcoelomate. Yes, so here is which one? Schizocoelomate, my dear. Yes, good. And their body surfaces were distinctly marked out into segments. There are many parts of they are divided into their body organ, at least some organ you say. That is phylum Annelida. Clear? Now, they possess which one? Longitudinal. Just a moment. Can I take water? Yes, see, they possess what? Longitudinal and circular muscles which help in what? Locomotion, my dear. So these longitudinal and circular muscles which help in locomotions for capturing of food, for the movement, for prevent from predators. So this one helping. Now, seventh that is point is what? Aquatic annelids like nares possess lateral appendage. See, this one is the nares, and this nares, and this one is the nares is what responsible for what? Locomotion. But how for appendage with the help of lateral appendage with the help of parapodia. That lateral appendage is known as what? Parapodia, which help in what, my dear? Swimming, right? Thing is clear? Thing is clear? As well as this lateral appendage also help in what? Respiration also. Now, which type of system is here? And that is flow of blood. That is closed circulatory system. It means what? Closed circulatory system means what? The blood passes through blood vessels, my dear. Correct? Now, what about the nephridia? You know that the nephridia, singular nephridium, which help in two things, that is osmoregulation and excretion, my dear. What the meaning of osmoregulation? To maintain body temperature. See, maintain. I am writing here what? Maintain body temperature according to change in environment. According to what? Change in environment. You all know that every living organisms their ability for what? Adaptation. What I'm saying? Adaptation means what? The every organisms they have capability or ability to change their body temperature according to the change in environment is known as adaptation, my dear. So this one is also. Now, neural system. Here the neural system that consists of what? Pair of ganglia. And this ganglia, which is connected by the lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord, which help in what? To senses whatever the change in the surroundings, my dear. And next point, that is what? Nares. Nares and aquatic annelids, which form a what? Dioecious body. But here the some also organism like earthworm and leeches are what? Monoecious. Yes, that is both sexual, male as well as what? Female, my dear. So you never confuse about the term monoecious and dioecious. You know why? Mostly students confuse about the monoecious and dioecious. Monoecious means what? They understand single sexual. No, my dear. The organisms which had both sexual, male sex cell as well as what? Female sex cell. But when I'm talking about the dioecious, it means what? The organisms which has only one sex cell, not single cell, two sex cells. Correct? 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 Yes. And respiration is which one, dear? Respiration is what? Sexual. Now, the time here to know about that is very, very important. That is the example, my dear. See, what the example? What the example of phylum Annelids? Yes or no? This one is very important. See, here, the example number one is what? Nereis. What I'm saying? Nereis. Nereis. And Nereis. Nereis. Wait for a moment. Nereis. This one is the first. This one is the first example, my dear. Nereis. Second one is what? Pheretima posthuma. That is earthworm. What I'm saying? Pheretima posthuma. Yes, Pheretima posthuma. Yes, that is known as what? Earthworm, my dear. Earthworm. Getting? Yes. Third one is what, my dear? Hydorrhea. Check your NCERT beta. Hydrodinaria. Hydrodinaria. That is also known as what? Blood sucking leech. Blood sucking, खून चूसने वाला लीच है. यस, ब्लड सकिंग लीच, हाइरोडेनेरिया डियर. और ये कैसा है? इक्टोपारासाइट, एक इंडोपारासाइट है. यस, आपने सही बोला. दिस वन इज व्हाट? इक्टोपारासाइट है ना? ऐसे प्राणी जो दूसरे लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म्स के ऊपर बैठकर क्या करते हैं? ब्लड को सक करते हैं ना. यस, द ऑर्गेनिज्म्स विल derive nutrients from their body surface, my dear. So these all are the examples of what? Phylum Annelids, my dear. Correct? Correct? Thing is clear? Everything is clear? Phylum Annelids is clear? Okay, my dear. So hope so this thing is clear to all of you. And in next part, I will tell you about the phylum. Which one? Arthropoda. And then after, which one? Tell me. Forget. Arthropoda. Then after, mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, and last one is what? Chordata. So in next part, that is in part 7, my dear, I will tell you about which one after Annelida, that is what? Arthropoda, then after mollusca, then Echinodermata, Hemichordata, and Chordata. So only 5 phylum is be left here. Okay. So we conclude this all 5 phylum up to 10th part. Up to 10th part. Clear? In next 4 part, the all things will be clear. Okay. So probably in next part, that is in part 7, I will tell you about the phylum Arthropoda as well as mollusca also in a single part, that is part 7. Okay. So thank you for watching, my dear. Thank you. And you also give me feedback also that how you have getting this one concept. And if you feel any type of difficulty, then you can also, yes, give answer in comment also, my dear. Thank you for watching me. Thank you. Have a nice day.